is for training purposes in TV news education. Some copyrighted material is used and is credited on screen. However, no more was taken than was necessary to tell the story of the event. YBA claims fair use of material.
Who do you guys see being the best team?
I got the Cowboys. They're definitely a team that not many people think are going to win, but I really like Morris Claiborne. I think Tony Romo, I really think he's going to break out this year. Lots of doubters on that, but I think he can do it. Such great receivers with guys like Witten and Bryant and Austin. And Felix Jones is a great halfback. I definitely think that they can win. If you double-team Victor Cruz, put Morris Claiborne on Hakeem Nicks, you can really, really diminish that passing game. I really think they can win.
So that's just against the Giants, though, right there.
But there have to be other teams than the Giants, too.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of teams that have two main guys that they go to, or more than that, and they can do a lot. I mean, that's a great defense. Also, DeMarcus Ware.
But a rookie can do totally great in their first season.
Yeah, if you're expecting big production out of a rookie, you should not be expecting big production out of a rookie ever, unless they're the #1 overall pick. That's the only player I ever expect to have huge production as a rookie.
A lot of rookies, you don't even expect what they do.
Yeah, you normally get your unexpected players to be the better rookies. Like if you look a couple of years ago, Devin McCourty being one of the best players, the best rookies in the league, I should say.
Yeah.
You don't expect every player to be good, and you can't really go off of that assumption.
But Morris Claiborne played in the SEC for LSU, one of the top teams, so he was playing NFL-type offense.
Yeah. It's a totally different game.
He's facing the best of the best.
He can be good in a few
SEC.
years, but for a rookie, he's never going to stand out totally like a veteran player in his rookie year.
Watch, the first time he plays the Eagles, if he's matched up against Deshaun Jackson, he will be burned immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think Claiborne can stay with him. I really think that guy's a great cornerback.
No.
All right, so George, you say the Cowboys. Matt, what do you think?
I think the Giants with Eli Manning, Nicks, and Cruz, and Eli has these passes that they always can catch, and they just bring it in and win. And I think they're just going to blow by everyone in their division. They're going to defeat the Cowboys easily. I think that they're going to have some trouble against the Redskins because, pretty good. And I just think that Giants are going to,
Now, Matt, with the Giants losing so many key pieces this offseason, that's obviously going to hurt them at least a bit, and being tired from playing the longer season with the Super Bowl. How do you see that affecting them?
Well, yeah, I do see that it could affect with their, main whole part of their teamwork and everything that they have in them. Well, I wouldn't really call it teamwork they have. It's only really, it's Eli Manning really just, runs all of it. He's a great quarterback, and I think they're probably going to stay the same.
You mentioned Cruz and Nicks, but as I said with the Cowboys, they can shut them down. I really think they can.
No, I agree with him, except I don't think it's really going to be based on their offense. I think it's based on their defense with Jason Pierre-Paul, Justin Tuck. To be honest, the Giants' offense would have not, in the 49ers team, the Giants' offense should have not moved the ball. It was that defense. They need to base it off that defense. And Cowboys, Tony Romo, he needs... Cowboys don't have an electric offense. The Redskins might have Robert Griffin III. The Redskins might challenge it. I just think that defense, the way that defense plays, if the defense doesn't play well, no way they're winning the division. But I think Jason Pierre-Paul, Justin Tuck, Osio Manura, the linebackers, the corners, they just have a great
Yeah, obviously when you look at the Giants,
great.
the one thing that stands out is that big physical defensive line.
But yeah, I think
they're good.
You really have to expect that they get a lot of production out of those players specifically. If they don't get enough production out of them, they will not do anything this year.
But I think it is a big loss to Mario Manningham.
Well, yes. Obviously, missing one of their top 3 receivers is going to be a big problem.
I just don't feel there's anyone in their division that's really going to be as good as them.
Well, no, the
Cowboys
Redskins
have a
have
big
a
three
chance
with
against them.
Witten, Bryant, and Austin creates a big 3 right there.
No, Cowboys, I don't think have
The
really
Cowboys
Bryant.
will contend.
No, they won't.
They will contend.
No, they won't. It will be the Redskins with RG3.
George, if the Cowboys do make the
Yeah.
playoffs, I find it extremely unlikely that they will even win a playoff game, considering they have won one playoff game in my entire lifetime. That'll be 15 years this year.
Yeah.
Streaks break. That
a streak this consistent, George, where they've had better teams than they have this year.
Did that 86-year World Series drought end? Yes, abysmal streaks do end.
With the Cowboys, they're just with the
Romo.
Romo regime. It won't
Not
end well.
good enough.
All right, guys, that's enough for that. Let's move on to the NFC North. Headlining this division are obviously the Lions and Packers, the Bears, also possibly the Bears and the Vikings. What are you guys' picks?
Well, I definitely think it's a long shot, but I think the Bears will take the division. Jay Cutler, I think, has proved himself. You know, people are saying, oh, Jay Cutler's not that good, he can't do it, but he's proved himself. And Matt Forte, there's a reason why he got that contract. He is just destroying defenses, so as long as he's healthy, that's good. And they got Andre Johnson. He'll catch anything Cutler throws to him. That guy is
Brandon
great.
Marshall. No, they got Brandon Marshall.
Sorry, Brandon Marshall. He's also amazing. He will catch most of the things that Cutler throws. That guy's great. You know, I really like that offense. The defense is questionable, but I think it's really that offense that powers it.
So 2 upset picks, George, right in a row here.
Yeah, I think that
With the Bears, one of the big question marks is Cutler. One of the big questions is whether or not he is a franchise quarterback. I personally don't think so. I don't think he's consistent enough. I do not think he's a good enough quarterback. I think he has a strong arm. He's not accurate enough. And I really don't think he's a smart enough quarterback.
Yeah, I do agree. He's not a franchise quarterback. But I really think Matt Forte is really that one guy.
Matt Forte
He's
is
the guy for the team.
Now the question is, will he stay with the team? There's been a lot of rumors of him being traded, him sitting out, him not wanting to play for them. I mean, I know he was re-signed, but I don't know how long he will feasibly stay with them.
Yeah, that is
I think if the Bears do not play this very well this season, I would not be surprised to see Forte traded.
Yes.
And
But I think they can contend.
It's possible.
All
right, Matt?
I think it's going to be the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. And, well, last year in the playoffs, he proved that he is one of the best, or a really good quarterback. His team was good. They had, like, Jennings, who was, like,
And Nelson.
His go-to
receiver. And it just really worked out for him, and his team did good until they lost.
Yeah, they did play very well. Obviously, the best regular season team.
Yeah.
But when you look at them, the playoff success and their defense were the big issues.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know about, I think the Detroit Lions could upset the Packers. I mean, they had trouble in the end of the season. They lost to the Chiefs. The Lions almost beat them. At the end of the year, teams seem to figure them out more at the end of the year. In the beginning of the year, they're unstoppable. I feel that teams have figured them out. Packers are not going to be close to the same they were last year. However, they definitely in the playoffs, they definitely do have a great shot at contending. I just think the Lions, with Matthew Stafford, the way he played last year, he's just one more year mature for this team. The way they played last year, and they fight and fight and fight. And
I agree with you on the Lions. I think the one issue with the Lions is Matthew Stafford's health.
I know. If he can stay healthy,
yeah,
they're going to win.
If he stays healthy for the entire year.
And also, lots of their players are getting arrested.
Yeah, well,
that's one thing.
None of them have really been that high profile of players, but they have had a lot of arrests. It's going to be a big story going to training camp.
But it's not, but at least
the reigning comeback player of the year in Matthew Stafford, having Calvin Johnson there, that's definitely going to help a lot. That really makes it so they can't bring an extra player off the line. They have to double cover Calvin Johnson, which people haven't done that much until this previous year. So really, with the help of that could even help him, in a way, stay healthy because they won't have the extra linebacker coming off the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Packers are going to improve over, like, the summer, and then when the football starts up, I think that they're going to be a better team than they were last year.
Yeah, I personally have the Lions with the Packers being a close second and probably making a wild card spot.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on to the AFC South here, headlined by the Falcons and Saints, mostly. What are you guys' thoughts on the NFC South?
I'm going with probably one of the biggest upsets that I've said yet. The Buccaneers.
No.
Oh, no
The
way.
Buccaneers
No.
will win.
No, they won't.
Yes,
They
they will.
can't.
Yes, they will.
They can't
They will.
anyway.
Josh Freeman.
They're too bad.
Josh Freeman will have the type of season that he had in 2010 where you just could not stop him. The one problem this year was he was throwing into coverage.
Any
He's
team
working
can
on
stop
that.
him.
He's not going to throw into coverage anymore. He'll have a much better year.
All the
and
teams
also,
are gonna blow by him.
Garrett Blunt
George.
is a great halfback.
There's
May-
gonna
may I
be
And they also got Doug
They're
Martin.
terrible. All the
And
teams
also
in their
Mark
division.
Barron, the safety. He's great from
can't be
Alabama.
George,
He's been
George,
great. He's already-
rookie. I told
I
you about
know.
this before.
Exactly.
Rookie. You
All
cannot
the teams-
say a rookie is going
He
to be
was
the
facing-
difference maker for your team.
All the teams
if
are
you,
gonna
if
blow
you're going
by
to say that a
them.
rookie is going to be the difference maker for your team, I honestly, I can't respect that.
Only
I
say
can't
if
respect
it's a
that
number
opinion.
one
He was
pick.
facing
A rookie-
NFL type offenses in the SEC.
The
He
SEC
played
does
LSU
not. The SEC
twice.
does not compare to the NFL
The
at
o- the
all.
o- the only-
But did
He
he
faced so many. He faced so many guys that were going as first round picks.
really?
On the offense.
Really?
He
Okay,
was
are
facing
any of-
LSU
are any of
all
those
the
players-
twice in the year. He
Are
had
gonna
to
go
play him
right
twice.
through them. They're
George,
not gonna be good.
George, are any of those? Are any of those
Oh wait, I got one more.
players?
They got
Tom
Vincent
Brady.
Jackson.
Are any of those players going to be anywhere near the level of Tom Brady, Peyton
Andrew
Manning,
Luck can.
Eli Manning?
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck is the number one overall pick.
About this.
He may be the rookie of the year. That's a decent choice if you're going to talk that for rookie of the year. I really don't see.
And they
I
got
don't see.
Vincent
I don't see
Jackson.
Mark Barron being
Another-
a difference maker. Okay, let's move on to Matt. Let's move on.
I think it would be
Jackson.
the Saints. With Drew Brees is going to be much better this year. Last year, his team was, pretty good, but
No, they were very good.
I know. I wouldn't say that they were like really, really good.
They
Like
just got unlucky against the 49ers.
I know, yeah. Well, the 49ers, they lost to the Giants, but then won the Super Bowl. But the Saints, I think, have some improving to do, like most teams, especially Buccaneers. And the Saints with
They
Drew
lost
Brees is
Bowman,
gonna.
they lost Hargrove.
I know, but still, they're going to be a really good team this year.
They lost.
They're going to be
many key
better
pieces.
than most teams, and I think that they're going to blow through their division, and they're going to win.
Yeah, the Saints. The Saints are not. They can't really get much better than last year, and I don't. And last year, there's no way they're going to be as good as last year. They're definitely going down with the coach going on. I still think the Saints can be around 9-7, 10-6. The Buccaneers, I do think, is going to be an improved team, but I don't think they're going to be near winning the division, like probably 7-9, 8-8 at best. So I think it's and the Falcons, they're except Matt Ryan, he's pretty good, but the real guy, the real team that I think is going to win is the Carolina Panthers with Cam Newton. He's an explosive player. Had a great season last year, just a little more immature. He knows he has to improve. He's going to make a lot of improvement. The Panthers made it to 6-10, and this is the breakthrough year where I actually do think they can
And they
win
got
the division.
Kuechly.
And
Okay,
they got Luke
yeah.
Kuechly.
So obviously, with the improved defense, that's a feasible pick and a pretty good quarterback as we saw last year. I would say the Falcons will probably win that division because of the simple fact that the Saints are very damaged by the bounty scandal. They're going to have a very difficult season. I don't see them making the playoffs. They're going to have a down year. But we're going to move on to the NFC West, obviously headlined by the 49ers in particular. The almost beating the Giants there, obviously because of one botched punt return. But that's who I actually foresee winning. George, let's go.
Seahawks.
No.
I think Seahawks.
No,
I think
get out of
Seahawks.
here again.
I think Seahawks.
Some of these picks are,
They got lots of question
No,
marks.
they don't. Yes,
They do have a lot of
those
question
question marks are going to turn to downs, and they're going
No,
to be
they're
terrible.
gonna. They can get through this. I think Matt Flynn. He's also my come from nowhere player.
It might be.
And I also think Marshawn Lynch.
They're worse than the
He
Buccaneers.
was great against the Saints 2 years ago, 2010.
I don't even know who their quarterback's going to be.
Yeah.
It might be Russell Wilson, possibly.
Yeah, and Russell Wilson's also a great
Yeah,
quarterback.
but rookies can't come into the league and beat the 49ers
Yeah, well,
defense.
Flynn.
All right, hey guys.
Move on.
They've got a great defense. I think they've got an okay defense. I don't know if they're going to win. Matt, what do you think?
I think the 49ers, with their good defense, great quarterback, everything about them I think is good, except last year, that shanked kick, terrible. I really hated that. But I think this year they're going to improve on everything that they didn't do, and they're going to make it a great season. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are the clear fifth. Where it's that defense is so good. I don't see anyone really doing anything against that defense. Even the Giants really couldn't do anything against that defense. It was just all the 49ers have to do is not make mistakes, and they're going to win that division. Yeah, it's just, plus they got Brandon Jacobs, Mario Manningham, some of the Giants' pieces to winning the Super Bowl last year.
All right, I'd agree with you on the Buccaneers, but that's going to do it here for us.